Well, it's what you imagine. It's fun. She's glowing. I mean, I said to her, in that dark set, you're like a lamp.
I thought this show was so good. This is one of those shows where you start watching and then you can't stop because you know what I mean? It ends in a cliffhanger and you're like, I need to get to the next one. I need to get to the next one. So what was it about Silo that made you want to be a part of it?
Maybe I had that same feeling in some ways, because there's this burning question of, are they ever going to get out? And what happens to people when they get out, and what's real and what's true, and what, and I think, if you have that driving you on, I mean, it got me through the book. And the book's was like 1,000 pages, I was driven by, so what happens then? What happens then? What happens then? So yeah, it's very compulsive, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So how would you describe your character? And are you anything like her?
Okay. My character is, she's kind of tough, but not hard. And she's experienced and wise, but she also has a lot of self-doubt and self-punishment and stuff going on that we don't always understand or know what's going on. But it gives her a certain demeanor that can be off-putting and prickly. But at the same time, I think the advantage of this silo is that, everybody knows everybody, at least on the level that you live on. So all the people who she needs to affect and work with have a certain respect for her. And that makes her life a little easier. But, and in real life, I'm zero like her. I think, I've got 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and that's about all I've got in common with Walker, really, I think. But maybe somebody else would tell me I'm just like her.
I love a lot of your scenes with Rebecca. She's so fantastic. Can you just talk about working with her?
Well, it's what you imagine. It's fun. She's glowing. I mean, I said to her, in that dark set, you're like a lamp. She just glows, and she brings that uplift to my little crabby old cell. And even though when a lot of the time she comes, she's in distress, and we do have kind of a bit of to and fro sometimes. It's very sort of, it's quite unusual within the context of the series to have sort of a real intimate mother-daughter kind of argy-bargy. And yeah, I love that. And she's just fun. And I don't know how she keeps up her energy, but she does.
And then personally, if you were in the silo, would you be like, I got to go out and clean, I got to see what it is? Or would you be able to be just content and stay there?
I would. Yeah, I'm sort of one of the reasons why I'm very unlike Walker is that I'm very gregarious and I like to latch on to other people. So if I sensed there was a little advanced guard who were getting a bit curious, I'd sniff them out and kind of join in. I wouldn't be the first one to do it, but I'd certainly latch on to any movement that was happening that was maybe going to try and think for themselves and not be a robot. I think I'd go with that group.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I could just stay stuck in the same place. I'd have to figure something out. There's not much to do in there.
No. Can you imagine? Recycled people, recycled air.
Yeah. And then you can't even be in a relationship unless you get it approved. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I'm hoping to see you pop up in this season of Secession. So
thank you very much.
Thank you.